hello, hello, hi, oh, hey, hello. Alright, so, if you've already read the title, you know this isn't one of my usual videos. And, yeah, so someone did a top 10 favorite rock-type Pokemon, which I guess, you know, he can always... I guess he could always, I don't know, link it as a video response. I guess I could link this as a video response to him. But I decided to do top 10 Dark-type Pokemon. Why Dark-type Pokemon? Because Dark-type's always been one of my favorite types. It's just really kind of cool. And when you actually listen to, like, a lot of the lore on Dark-types, it's like, oh, wow. That's pretty, to excuse the pun, a pretty dark story. Anyway, so basically how I am going to go with him is, if I like dark types, obviously, so I'm going to go with, you know, favorite typings, blah, 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 because I am going to pick some dual types out of this, and then, like, you know, how I like him overall compared to other dark types, and then it also, you know, their competitive usefulness. So, we're going to go ahead and start this now. So for number 10, I would choose Malamar. Reason being is it finally got my favorite dual typing in the world, Dark and Psychic. And it's pretty... I really, really like the idea behind it. To, you know, have a squid that evolves by flipping your 3DS upside down. That's a very unique evolution, and as far as I can tell, no one else has an evolution like that. Well, obviously. But, yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty fun. The reason I have it as 10, though, is because, granted, even though it's a Dark and Psychic type Pokemon, I really had wanted it to be a special attacker, not really a physical attacker, so that kind of, I don't know, it sounds petty, but that's kind of a really major key knocker on it, is the fact that, you know, when I expected a Dark and Psychic type, I expected the, like, ultimate special attacker, and then, you know, Game Freak shatters my reality and gets the whole physical attacker. Now, for number 9, this is going to be really, you know, I don't know, I suppose kind of tedious because it's going to be in the same gen, but I am going to go with Greninja. Reason being, Water and Dark, you know, while we've seen it before, especially in, like, 3rd gen, it's just, what makes Greninja set apart from all the other Water Darks is the fact that its ability, Protean, just allows it to keep changing types. So I guess it's not really a pure Dark type, but, you know, it's just kind of awesome that it gets to change type and all that good stuff. It makes it for a really unique competitive niche in attacking, as well as some thoughtful defense. And so, you know, I am going to say that Greninja will be number 9. The reason that it does sit at number 9, though, is because of the fact that while its ability to change its type is unique, it's kind of predictable, and you can kind of, you know, tell what it's going to try and do, as opposed to everything else. Now, for number 8, we are going to go into Hydraegon. The reason Hydraegon is a number 8 is because, you know, a dark type is already cool enough, and then you have to go and make it a dragon as well. I mean, you know, dragon's really kind of a cool typing. I know people would say, oh, it's a dragon, it's overrated, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, let's be serious. Dragon's a cool typing. Until Fairy type was introduced, it really only had one thing to resist it, which is really, really unique after all. Because I don't think anything else can, you know, be resisted by only one type. Maybe, not even water. So, I mean, it's just really cool, and its ability to levitate is nice for, you know, doing earthquakes. At the same time, that is also the reason it's number 8, because it could use a better ability as far as attacking-wise goes. But levitate is still a pretty good ability, and its speed stat is meh, even though its special attack is really, really high. So, unfortunately, it does fall a little bit short of what we would expect a Dark Dragon to be. Now, for number 7, I'm going to have to go with Bisharp. The reason I love Bisharp so very much is the fact that it looks like a freaking knight, okay? It's like a Power Ranger. Let's be serious, it's basically a Power Ranger, and it's pretty cool, and I always liked Power Rangers when I was a kid. So, you know, and you can criticize me and all that, but let's admit it, you guys like Power Rangers as a kid too. You like the explosions, you like the fighting, and all that. And not to mention, Bisharp has such potent revenge-killing potential, and, you know, I've swept with Bisharps before. It's really nice, it's really fun. really awesome. And as such, Bisharp does make number 7. However, due to the fact that he's so slow, it kind of makes him hard to actually be, you know, quote-unquote, a sweeper. So that is, unfortunately, where he's going to fall short and, you know, be placed number 7 because of that. Now, number 6 is going to be Sableye. Why Sableye? Because it was the first Dark Ghost, the first Pokemon to never, ever have an actual immunity unless, you know, you Foresight and then do a fighting move. But you have to do all this special stuff to make it, you know, have a something that can hit it with. Unfortunately, with, you know, the introduction of Fairy typing, now nothing is really, quote unquote, can be hit by nothing, which is, you know, rather disappointing. And really, its hidden ability is very nice. I mean, come on, Prankster makes it have a really nice niche, especially with Poké-Love sets that people like to run. And all that. Unfortunately, you know, because of the fact that it is kind of a gimmick Pokemon, it does fall short and thus only makes number 6, sadly. Now for number 5, I am going to have to say Scrafty. Why Scrafty? Because Scrafty was the coolest Pokemon I ever thought when I first saw it. I mean, come on, Dark and Fighting. I mean, you know, now we have another Dark and Fighting type, but seriously, Scrafty was kind of cool. Dark and Fighting, that's a really unique type. Well, it used to be a unique typing. Plus, it got so many good moves to complement its, you know, I guess, subpar move pool. It really only had a few things it could do. But it got some good, you know, moves to up the ante. I mean, it got Dragon Dance and it got Bulk Up. You know, you could just have fun with either set. And really, no one knows how to defeat the Scrafty until you've already shown them what the Scrafty is planning on doing. However, because of the fact that once you figure out the Scrafty and how predictable it is, you know, that's the reason it, unfortunately, is only number 5. However, number 4, number 4, we have to go back to the good old Gen 2 days for this one. The good old Houndoom, the Dark and Fire, the Destruction Incarnate. So, I did love Houndoom mainly because of the fact that Houndoom just kind of destroyed everything in Gen 2. Well, not really everything, but it did have a nice, you know, kind of move pool to work with, and even though it may have had some semi-subpar stats, it has abilities to boost him now, which is awesome. I mean, come on, Nasty Plot Houndoom, really, really nice, really just lots of destruction right there. However, due to the fact that Houndoom has fallen short in its years of being around, it is unfortunately only going to be number 4. Now, number 3 is Zork. Now, I know you guys are like, come on, you only like it because it was a movie was made out of it and all that. To that, I say, that may be a valid reason. Although I do like its ability, although, you know, it's kind of semi-useless. I mean, you can fake people out with it and all that good stuff. But as far as, you know, having any extra damage potential, you don't really have it. It's more just kind of a bring something in so they think that you're going to be countered, and then, oh, you reveal your Zork and you have tons of fun and destroy all of them. Especially if you're like Life Orb or Choice Specs or Expert Belt or any of those sets, and even a physical set was viable on Zork as well, which made it just, you know, so versatile in what it could do. However, unfortunately, it was pretty frail, and that's why it's going to fall short of being, you know, number 2 or number 1. Now, for number 2, we are going to go for Absol. I loved Absol, you know, kind of pretty much when it was introduced, and it's been a good friend since then. I mean, it has Sky High Attack for a Dark type, which is really something that isn't, unfortunately, I hate to say it, it's not that seen. I mean, there are a few that have some pretty good attack, but Absol really has good attack. And then, you know, now crits have been changed and everything, and Super Luck has been changed as well. And now crits are just kind of insane. So, Absol gets to shine greatly with, you know, them lovely crits. However, due to the fact that he is slow and rather frail, he does fall short of the number 1 position. So, I bet you guys are waiting to know who number 1 is. Well, I'm not going to make you wait. Why would I make you wait when you've listened to the other 9 already? No, we are going to reveal number 1 pretty much right away. Number 1 is going to be Umbreon, which is my favorite Pokemon ever. I have loved Umbreon since it was introduced, and I really was frustrated that I could never, ever, ever get an Umbreon in Gold and Soul Silver because I had to go to bed before, it was good enough nighttime, and I could never get an Eevee to love me enough. So I never got an Umbreon, and it was just very, very sad, but fortunately, now they've made Umbreon pretty easy to get, and, you can make Eevee like you pretty quickly as well. So, therefore, I am going to make Umbreon my favorite. Now, I have mentioned some downsides to all of them, so I will mention the downside to my favorite Pokemon. Number 1, numero uno, Umbreon. The downside is he's really not that good in attacking, and, he can be taunted and just kind of shut down due to, status and all that, but still, Umbreon, you gotta love Umbreon. I mean, it's adorable, it's fantastic, it's bulky, and it's everything you ever wanted. So, this is going to conclude my top 10 Dark Pokemon. I challenge you guys to go ahead and make a top 10 Pokemon of yourself, and if you would like to, put it as a video response to mine, I think you can still do video responses, I don't know, Google Plus taking over the YouTubes, who knows, really. But I do challenge you to make a top 10 favorite type of Pokemon for you guys. And if you did enjoy this top 10 video, maybe I'll look into doing more top 10 videos. But you know how you guys can, tell me you want this. Just hit that like button. Hit it. Get your friends to hit it. Get your girlfriend to hit it. Get your mom to hit it. Get your dad to hit it. Get everyone to hit it if you enjoyed this series. And maybe, just maybe, I'll do a top 10 of something else. And that's pretty much going to be it. So, hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 Dark Pokemon. And also, I'm going to invite you to stay classy and do a top 10 of your favorite Pokemon in a type as well. See you later, and goodbye.